Hey neighbor, it's me. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back without the jump off. I've been sick. Y'all don't care. If you hear a little clanking or see a little something up here, I got a cough drop. And we're going to talk about Star. As soon as I can get my brightness up on my phone so I can see my notes. So Carlotta. She don't want to see Carl. Y'all know who Carl is. Carl is this son that she had with her stepdaddy. I've decided to name him Carl because Cotton, Cassie, and Carlotta, all their names start with C. So why wouldn't Carl's name start with C? Why wouldn't it? She don't want to see him, and she mad kind of at Cassie, and Cassie's like, well, you need to see him. That's your son. You know, don't you want to know your son? And I'm just like, if she's not ready, then get the information for her. And, you know, when she's ready, maybe she'll ask you, hey, so about my son. And you can say, okay, so his name is Carl. You know, he lives in Miami. And, you know, he's out there doing his thing. Like, you can, it felt like Cassie wanted to know way more than Carlotta wanted to know. If you want to know that bad, and this is your brother, and this is your nephew, which, oof, the ghetto, then get the information. Maybe even reach out to Carl. Maybe y'all can form a relationship. And when Carl is ready and when Carlotta is ready, bring them together. You don't have to push and push and that is your son. Don't you want to meet your son? It's like, maybe she don't want to meet her son right now. Maybe you're bringing up a lot of her past trauma. Why? I hate when folks drive slow in these neighborhoods. Speed up or shoot on that phone. Anyway. It was bugging me how Cassie was pushing and pushing and pushing for Carlotta to meet Carl when she's not ready. She's not ready. Don't let folks force you to do stuff you're not ready to do. It's always gonna turn out bad. Anyway, over to Star. She now has a brain bleed. So the swelling, I guess, is going down, and in its wake, there's bleeding. Bleeding we can do a little bit more about. We can get on in there. And we can, you know, suction some of that blood up, figure out where it's coming from, and figure out how to stop it. But Simone, because Simone, I'm telling you, Simone want everybody around her. Some is up with Simone. Simone, with her nonsensical ideas of whimsy, decides that, no, we're not going to go into my sister's, you know, brain and try to stop the bleeding and get her back healthy. We just going to wait. Simone... Sweetie, if the doctor recommends that we go in and figure out why and how and where, then let's weigh that option. She just took it off the table. No, we're not doing surgery on my sister's brain. Well, sweetie, your sister's brain is sick. And when things are sick, sometimes we must see. I like her. She zoomed on by. You ain't even see her. She just vroom right on. She down the block. That's it, sis. You come through rolling. But not when children are playing. Oh, happy Palm Sunday, by the way. Praise God. But yeah, Simone just immediately was like, oh, it's hot in here. Simone was immediately like, girl, we're not going into my sister's brain. And it's like, well, when they stomped your sister out and beat her head up against that toilet down at the jail, they didn't care about your sister's brain. Now we got a group of people that do care about your sister's brain trying to tell you, let's get in here and look at this brain. Let's crack the skull. Let's take a look in here, walk around, see what's going on. It's the brain. All right, cool. Nice layout. Looks good. Up, there's a bleed. Let's, you know, suction that up. Let's patch that up. And let's send on our way. You know, whatever. Carlotta's not allowed legally to make the decision. Simone, who I kept telling y'all, folks was like, oh, they ought to be old enough by now, blah, blah, blah. Because I keep seeing Simone drinking and carrying on at these functions, and I'm like, she's not old enough to drink. It's the same thing with Hakeem over on Empire. Now he ought to be 21, maybe 22 by now, but when the show first started, the boy was 17 and he was out here drinking and carrying on, and did nobody say nothing about it. Nobody said a word. If anybody needed to have been in rehab, it made more sense for Hakeem to go than Jamal, but they sent Jamal to rehab so he could go, you know, be gay in rehab. But girl, it didn't make no kind of sense. No, he was gay in PTSD. They've had Jamal go through so many things that just did not make sense. Just didn't make sense. Speaking of, since I'm here, girl, and I know a lot of y'all watch Star and Empire together, can y'all tell me, first of all, Andre done got the cancer. Of all the kids to get the cancer. Again, I would think It would be, see, driving fast, coming through here. I would think it would be, she didn't even stop at the stoplight. That's it, sis. You get to your destination. I would think it would be Hakeem with cirrhosis of the liver, or Jamal with cirrhosis of the anus. I'm being messy. I didn't have to do that. But look like one of them other kids that was out here doing the most. Why you get a, I guess so he can have something to do. Anyway, but the thing I wanted to mention about the Empire, then I'm gonna go right back to Star. Excuse me. I'm just rambling, as I do here on Rambling K, which is pronounced K for Kayla, not Kai for anything else. Hakeem was supposed to have got shot all up in his lungs and such, which are in his chest, and you know, bullet fragments hit his lungs, something. And he was supposed to be rapping special needs, like he was supposed to be rapping in fragments. All of a sudden, that's over. The boy is breathing fine. He ain't coughing. He is just all right. Anyway, back to Star. I thought I heard that wasp. You know, she always tries to come find me. Alex, she walks up to the hospital and she get ready to do her visit. Like, hey girls, I'm here. You know, let's see about Star. But as she's walking in, we see Carlotta and Simone arguing about going in and stopping this bleed. And then we see Alex kind of in the background, and everything is all woo, woo. You know, it's wavy. And I'm like, oh, what? You know, we see it at first, and I'm like, well, who about to faint? Somebody about to pass out. That's the I'm about to pass out cinematography. But then it gets back over, and we see Alex and Simone and Carlotta arguing some more, and I'm like, okay, maybe I was tripping. Maybe I'm about to faint. Then we, you know, zoom back over to Alex, and there's some more woo, woo, and I'm like, what is she going through? She get to grabbing all at her clothes, and she backs on out the room. Carlotta and Simone never saw her because they was heavy in their argument. Then next thing we see, Alex walking in her house, you know, snatching, pulling at her clothes, and Derek is like, what's wrong with you? What is going on here? And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, how did she get home? Did she drive all woo-like? I've been woo before. I be woo all the time, actually, because I got bad allergies and, you know, stuff going on. But I try not to drive when I'm giving you woo, woo. I try not to, you know, I asked my mama, can she take me? Because look, you don't know what's going to happen. How she get home? But whatever, she gets in there and she having a panic attack and she's just giving, oh, I can't, oh, he, who. And I'm like, all right, Lamar's breathing. And she tells Derek she feel like she can't be happy. It's a bad time for her to be happy. And I'm like, it's always going to be a bad time for you to be happy. It's always going to be somebody in your life that's going through while you happy. I'm usually that someone. Because I ain't never not going through. I'm going through right now. But the point is, girl, what to do? So she's giving, you know, I can't believe that I can't tell nobody about the marriage. And Derek's like, okay, well, we won't tell nobody about the wedding. It's fine. We'll keep it between us. And she's like, all right, cool. We'll keep it between us. Then the doorbell rang, and it's Bosley from Charlie's Angels or somebody, a butler of some sort. And he's giving, hey girls, your mom and daddy want you to sign this. She looked upon the paper, and it's a prenuptial agreement, and I'm sitting here in bewilderment. I'm sitting here giving all the questions Brandy gave, and what about us? Because she had questions. You think that Destiny's Child had questions in the Independent Part 1, Independent Woman Part 1, when they said question? You think they had questions, but who really had questions was Brandy, and what about us? Why don't you return my calls? Why don't you care about where I be? Why you never come to see me? She had questions. And I had a lot of them same questions sitting here watching the TV trying to figure out how Alex's parents could send a prenup for her to get married when in the second episode of season 1 of Star, they took her credit cards and cut her off. What is this prenup? What is this prenup for? I understand that, you know, people take preliminary measures when they're wealthy and, you know, I'm sure they have insurance policies. If, you know, if something happened to me, that's going to go to my only child, Alexandra, excuse me. And all of that. And maybe they want to protect that, but you done cut this girl off. Why is you sending her a prenuptial agreement? The hell? It just didn't. I wish in my Tony Braxton, I wish it'd break your heart. I don't have it. I'm still on this cough drop. I'm trying to get that old thing back. I don't have vocals this week. But I really wish that my mother or father and one of them niggas, and I mean it when I say and one of them niggas, would send me a prenuptial agreement if I told them I was getting married. I really, truly, I really wish that one of those niggeros would send my cousin them around the house to bring me a prenuptial agreement. Especially, and they ain't supporting me. Especially then. I done got mad. Let me calm down. And so Derek's like, well, how they know to send the prenup? And Alex is like, well, I told my mama. And now she probably done told everybody. They click on the TV and Lionel Richie done not Lionel Richie. I'm not answering this phone call. I will attempt to call him back. I'm not answering the phone call. We just gonna mute that. It's a long story and it's not y'all's business, so I'm not gonna tell it. But people love to try me. They try my patience. It's one thing to try me as a person, but trying my patience really gets just under my skin. You can call me fat, you can call me ugly, you can call me country, you can call me tacky with this bonnet and this eye mask on. You can call me whatever you want to call me, but when you try my patience, God help your soul. God help you, because I'm gonna cut you off. I'm a gonna. Anyway, girl, they click on the TV and what's the other light-skinned singing man? Kravitz, Lenny. He on the TV talking about Alex and Derek getting married. And I'm like, what? He don't even talk to Alex. How he telling her tea? The disrespect. Anyway, so everybody knows now what's going on. We swoop back over to Star down at the hospital. She's still wrapped up, honey, tied up and tangled up in Jesus. But she got these eyelashes on. Now, last week it was the nails. Or 2 weeks ago. This week it's the eyelashes. Who is beating her? Who is beating her face and her fingers? Who is it? Who are they? Anyway, in the meantime, we got Cotton running the whole house. She done rented out her dad's, what do you call that thing? SUV? Not an SUV. I'm looking right at one. What do you call that? Trailer? It's not really a trailer. Mobile home. Y'all know what Hayel used to live in. Rented that out to the hoes. And come up in there. And the main hoe that asked for help is like, well, girl, we working. And she like, that Leon kept us with our hormones and such, which, and we got to figure it out now. And I'm like, why y'all didn't figure that out before you left? One of y'all, it was a bunch of girls. It was like 7 of them. One of y'all had to be the logical thinking one. See, there go that wasp. She be trying me. One of y'all had to be the logical thinking one that says, well, when Leon is out, we gonna break into the hormone closet, get us enough moans to take us through, for a couple weeks. Why ain't nobody stole no hormones? Y'all stole yourselves. Y'all the property. Y'all the hoes. Y'all done stole you, but you couldn't steal nothing else. Steal the moans. Y'all need your moans. Child. So anyway, Cotton is like, girl, y'all got a lot going on. I don't know what I signed up for. And sister girl runs off to work, sleep with a client for some little cash. It's fast cash. We sitting in the office. Noah done got called down to the principal's office. Principal Carlotta sitting over there across from him talking about, how you doing? He like, oh, I'm good. I'm 12 days sober. Sir, that's not a full 2 weeks. We're excited for you. We are so happy for you. But that's not 2 weeks. He go around telling folks, like, that's going to get him his baby back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been off that stuff for 12 days. Oh, well, let's just give him the baby back. That's not how it works. Anyway, he talking to Carlotta. We here. Noah? I turned to the TV. I said, Kimberly Elise? What are you doing here? I feel like Kimberly Elise. Every time I see her on something, I just feel like she caught me at a bad time. You know how somebody come over to your house or they call you and you be like, girl, you done caught me at a bad time. I got to call you back. Every time I see her, I be like, ooh, Kimberly Elise, you caught me at a bad time. Because I always know she finna bring some sort of tragedy. She gonna catch the AIDS like she did in, what was it, the T.D. Jakes movie? Her husband gonna cheat on her. Somebody gonna rape her. She gonna get shot like she did and set it off. Oh, she was gonna set it off with Queen Latifah. That is so sweet. They done brought them back together. Cause I forgot they was ever together. She gonna, like, it's gonna, her husband gonna be raping her child, like in that movie where, Whoopi Goldberg was dying on Lifetime. Like, every time I see her, I be like, ooh, you done caught me at a bad time. I don't have the energy for whatever tragedies you gonna bring me. I don't have the energy, Kimberly Elise. I don't have it. I don't have it. But she popped up and that's Noah's mama, and she's giving, baby, how are you? And I'm sitting here like, now we done sat here for 3 seasons, 4 seasons, however long, looking at Noah. I don't think he was in the first season, but we've been looking at this boy for a long periodically time. And he talked all about his daddy and how his daddy wasn't this and his daddy wasn't that. He ain't said too much about his mama. Now that I know his mama's Kimberly Elise, I know that there was some tragedies going on in that house. There was tragedies. She was getting beat on or something. But yeah, they speak real quick and then she goes on about her day, and I'm just like, that's how you reunite with your child? Okay. Simone is mad at Alex for not having brought her hindquarters up to the hospital. And I'm like, she was there, y'all just didn't see her. She was, woo, she was giving you that. If you would have turned your head just 3/4 to the left. No, she was facing you. 3/4 to the right. You would have cinch your sister with her pink sweater giving you, woo. You would have seen her. She was right there. And Alex is like, girl, I'm so sorry, you know, but it's a lot for me right now. It's a lot. Noah comes in and is like, hey, I'm 12 days sober. Give me the baby. And Simone is like, that's not how that works. That's not how we're going to do this. The baby deserves better. So she cuts him out. She's like, I don't file for temporary custody. You can't see this baby. You trifling. You trifling. Trifling. And Carlotta just looking from the upstairs window down at the dance studio space like, these kids. And I'm just like, why is everybody in such turmoil? Every single one of the artists, the Gravity Media, I was gonna say Gravity Falls, that's a TV show. The Gravity Media artists, the Gravity Media staff, everybody in Atlanta just going through. The hoes ain't got their hormones, everything. Child. So we get into Lance Gross, because I can never, is it Maurice? I'm trying to give y'all the characters' names, but Lance Gross and Brandy. And again, I'm sitting there thinking about how they made Journey Smollett do her Rosa Parks Crip Walk to Freedom at the end of that movie with that AIDS. But they get in there and they playing, you know, giving him something ooh. See, I don't have it. Giving him something he can feel. To let you know that this love is real. Ooh, yeah. It's not all the way there. But they playing that, and Brandy's like, oh yeah, this is my song. And I thought she was about to sing it for us. Because that's what Brandy does. I hate when folks utilize, this is a singing show. Brandy only sang a quarter of the time. Bring Brandy on to sing for us. Sing for me. Sing for me. Brandy, sing for me. Sing for me. Brandy, sing for me. Little Janae Aiko, but not good. And they romancing, honey, and Gigi walks in and he talking to, Brandy steps out, Gigi walks in. She talking to Lance Gross about how she tired. She big tired, and I understand. And I guess I wasn't looking, I was taking my notes. I guess she might have like touched Lance Gross' shoulder or touched his face, maybe his pectoral or something. That wasp. And Brandy bust in, B, because blah 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 and do and my man. I'm just like, now Brandy, you going through a lot. You got a lot going on. You don't have to be cussing. This is a child, and they wasn't really doing nothing. And Lance Gross is like, this is my artist, and I hate when he says that because he's so slimy. But whatever. This is my artist, and she storms off and blah blah blah. I'm sitting here thinking Gravity Media really does need an on-site counselor. Because everybody going through something. Everybody. They got this I was going to say take 6. They not that holy. This take 3 tribute. I don't know who it was supposed to be a tribute to. but it's a tribute. But it's basically Simone, Alex, and Gigi. Gigi stepping in for Star. And the moment I saw it, I was like, well, this is nothing but the TLC, you know, Are You That Girl competition featuring Oh So Crispy. Where is Oh So Crispy? She was my girl. I rooted for her from episode 1. I screamed when she won. My mama was like, okay, calm down. She's your fave, I know. But listen, I've only had 2 wins. 2 wins in these singing competition shows. Oh So Crispy and Fantasia. My only 2 that I've rooted for since day 1 that have won. So I'm very protective over Fantasia, and I'm very protective over Oh So Crispy, wherever she may be out there in the universe. If you're watching this, Oh So, we love you, girl. Come on, bike. Bring back Oh So Crispy. Bring her bike. But yeah, this didn't look like nothing but the TLC featuring Oh So Crispy concert. They was up there giving TLC moves, and then at one point I remember that Keke Palmer played Chili in the TLC movie, and it made it more TLC for me. But I didn't understand the point of this tribute. Anyway, Gigi going through something, so she might have misstepped during the dance portion, and Simone was like, you're off. And I'm like, settle down, give her some time, give her a moment. She snapped, she storms out, she go looking out the window, and she sees that the girls are out there with signs and candles, and they praying and carrying on. And Carlotta's like, well, we need to talk about this surgery that you need to have for your sister. And Simone's like, I can't do it right now, Miss C, not right now. And she storms outside, and she looks surprised that they still standing out there. You was just looking out the window. But she goes out there, she's like, and the girls are giving, you know, God, we come to you right now on behalf of Star Davis. Lift her up, Lord, shrink her brain, and zap the bleeding. And Simone, like, lights something on fire or something. Again, I was taking notes. She, you know, tells the girls, y'all acting like she dead. She not dead. And I'm like, well, they praying for her because she's not dead. They're praying for her to get better, sis. I just really, if you hang around Simone too long, you gonna die. You gonna be in serious injury. What's his name? Derek met Simone, and then 2 weeks later, he was in a wheelchair, paralyzed. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Child Hayel knew Simone, he dead. Cuban wife, we don't know where she at. Ayana across the country, I heard she went to London or something to raise her baby. Listen, bring her back. Bring her back. Who else? Karen, the first girlfriend that really had absolutely no point because it was just so random. It was like, okay, well, we in the group home together. Now all of a sudden I'm gay and I'm in love. Like, girl, what happened here? What's going on? And she was just so in love. Oh, I just never love anybody like I love Karen. Then she fell in love with Evan Ross, which same thing. But he missing. he over there somewhere. It's just like, girl, you hang around with Simone and you get the chop. You get the chop. You never get tens across the board hanging out with Simone. Never. Anyway, girl, what was I talking about? Yeah, she throws a temper tantrum and the girls are like, girl, we just trying to pray for your sister. Like, stop being rude. Anyway, Alex, honey, she goes to her prayer closet and she gets, you know, she gets stronger. she gets better. She, you know, got to figure out how to do life. So she goes and takes it up with the Lord, and he directs her in her path. And we'll get back to that in a little while. Aretha made an appearance. The Aretha Franklin. Lance Gross calls Brandy back over to the function. What is the club? And is playing Aretha's version of giving him something he can feel. And he like, I know you like that new version, but I'm old school. And I'm like, you know, they all good. That's not even the old version. That's that's the mid version. I know it came out around the time as the movie, but the old version is Lynette McKee now. Which, where's Lynette? I'm surprised Lynette McKee ain't made an appearance. You know, Lita Hayes loves to bring the light-skinned legends on Star. We got Lisa McDowell and you know, Michael Michelle. Bring Lynette McKee. She played Honey's mama, so she got experience being a dance mom. Bring on here. Honey was so good. What a good, back when I thought Jessica Alba was black. What am I talking about? Girl, I hear this wasp. What am I talking about? Oh, Aretha. They dancing to Aretha Franklin, honey. And I guess they make up, child. I don't know, and I don't care. Jackson is at the hospital. So what's her name? Star's, you know, in there with her eyelashes did and her nails did. I guess Jackson the one beating her face. He got to be, because he visits her every day and plays her songs. And he says, you know, because Noah says, what are you doing here? And Jackson's like, I be here all the time. What you doing here? You the one that's new. And they have a little confrontation, and Jackson is giving, you told me you were sober. We stood man to man, and you told me you was doing all right. And I would have done better for the baby than you. And now they tussling, and they got kicked out. Don't care. Couldn't care less. Could not. Carlotta goes on down to the daddy's hospital room. I guess they at the same hospital, just a couple rooms over. And she go in there, and he sleep, and she talk about, shh. Like, girl, he sleep. That's the quietest he gonna be. Ain't nobody, unless he dead, he not gonna be any more quiet than when he sleep. I know he was kind of grumbling and talking in the sleep a little bit, but he's asleep. You can't just come. He's resting. Coming there talking about some shh. Sis, if I'm sleeping, I hear somebody say shh, I'm gonna pull my mask up like this. No, I'm asleep. Kind of carrying on. It would be that way. Actually, I sleep with the head thing and then the mask. So I would have 2 layers. I would have to give you one of these. But anywho, y'all don't care. You all do not care. But my mama sees that face daily. She come busting in my room, and girl, I am resting. You see that I'm in this bed. You see the covers pulled up to here and the masks I pulled down to here. I'm asleep. Leave me alone. She came in today. Oh, I just had to wake you up and let you know you missed church. I'm asleep. I know I missed church. I went to sleep when church started. I didn't go to bed till 9 o'clock this morning. I was asleep. Anyway, she worries me. Cause she comes barreling in my room when I haven't gotten enough sleep. But when I have gotten enough sleep and we were supposed to do something, she don't come out. She be like, oh, well, I thought you was asleep. Anyway, girl, that's my mama. Carlotta says shh to the sleeping man, and he wake up as I would. Like, you're telling me to shush, I'm asleep. And she says, where's my son? And he gives, I'm not telling you where the boy is. And she goes into her, real Christian, self-righteous, I'm going to forgive you because I need to forgive because Jesus said, forgive. Do that. And all of a sudden, Granddaddy Child Molester snaps, honey. Don't you forgive me for that. Don't you forgive me. You wanted it. And I'm like, he crazy for real, because even in his dark and twisted mind, in his very dark and very twisted mind, he thinking that a 7 to 14-year-old could possibly want him sexually. I've never seen a 7-year-old want anything sexually. Ice cream, passionately. Toys, with fervor, not sexually. I've never seen it. Not naturally. I've never seen a horny 7-year-old in my life, and I hope to God that I never do, because it's just not, it's not normal. That's not no, that don't seem correct to me. But even in his twisted mind, if he thought that somehow she wanted him sexually, why would you still not want to be forgiven? Because the first thing he said was, don't you forgive me for that. And I'm like, all right, I guess. Let me pull my bonnet down and make myself comfortable. Girl, I don't know. And she takes the pillow from the back of his head and puts it on the front of his head. And you hear the monitor going beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, oh, Lord, when is it going to flatline? But she come to her senses before she murders him. She's just like, all right, because I'm saved. I got on my saved ugly peacock wig today, so let me just calm down. We get over to the tribute. And, they don't go chasing waterfalls. Just, they do their little ditty or whatever. Simone barrels off, or no, I think Alex, one of the Take 3 girls barrels off the stage. The other one follows. Gigi just standing out there looking at everybody. And then she says, well, niggas, I'm gone. I'm taking a hiatus. God bless y'all, and don't call me. Peace. And everybody like, okay, well. And, Lance Gross sitting out there mad. I'm like, well, she tried to told you that she wasn't feeling it. She tried to go about the proper way of doing things. You put her in a spot. And no one puts baby in a corner. No one. Let me see. Simone, miraculously, I guess when Alex was in her prayer closet, she prayed for Carlotta. She prayed for Simone because Carlotta ain't killed nobody. And Simone decided to not kill her sister and let her have the surgery. She decides she's going to do the surgery. Come on down to the hospital, looks into, Star's room. Carlotta sitting there looking over the documents of Carl's birth certificate. I couldn't read the name, so his name will continue to be Carl until I know otherwise. And she says, I've decided to do the surgery, Miss C. Because that's what she sounds like to me. She always sounds a little stressed, just a little bit in her throat. and she kind of enunciates words in a way that we all know what she's saying, and then she throws Miss C. You know, that's just my little bit of Simone. I got a really good Evan Ross too, but he wasn't in this episode, so I'm not gonna give it to you. And Carlotta's like, oh, thank God, girl, because I was sick of you. And I guess she goes on to have the surgery, whatever, because I saw in the promo, Star gonna be just up and moving around, not wrapped up, not tied up, and not tangled up in Jesus. You know, she ain't gonna have a splice of her hair missing from having brain surgery. They got to cut your hair to get in there, but I guess Miss Bruce put a little piece of a wig on top of that. A mesh cap and sewed on some weave. Something was done. Anyway, Cassie. Carlotta tells Cassie, I went down to see him and he wouldn't tell me no information. Cassie like, girl, we don't need him. I get the information. I'm like, why you ain't do that in the first place? And Carlotta was like, well, I almost killed him and blah, blah, blah. And Cassie decides, well, I'm gonna do it. And she goes on down to the hospital, pulls the pillow from the bike of that man's head and puts it on the front of his head. And you hear beep, 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 beep. And, you know, Granddaddy child molested dead. And then she said something like, bye, Daddy. And walks on out the room. And I'm like, oh, the ghetto. The ghetto. Patricide. Patricide. Leon comes bike, honey, all in the back of Carlotta house, snatches sister girl, the main, you know, the unicorn girl, because I don't know her name, I don't remember, but all I remember is he said she's a unicorn just like you. Snatches her up, carries her on off, and, you know, Cotton is like, if you take her, I'm coming for your whole existence, your life. He takes her, so I guess Cotton is coming for his life. Okay. It gives me more time to look at Cotton. She's my fave and I love her. So I'm not upset with the storyline. I'm just kind of bored with it. What else, girl? Miss Bruce is over there worrying about her son. You know, Noah is Miss Bruce's daughter, honey. And worrying about Noah and is giving very, you need to do, you know, you need to get stronger and better. And then calls the daddy, Noah's daddy, and is like, you need to come see about your son. So maybe we gonna see Dean from Claus and Kimberly Elise together in the same scene, and they're gonna come together and kumbaya for the sake of the boy and get him back on track. But I can't see what we're gonna do with Noah's storyline aside from him going on and off of drugs for the remainder of the series. I cannot see anything else for him because they haven't structured him as a character that does anything but sing and do drugs. Sing and do drugs. He has no depth. They might give him cancer like they gave Andre over on Empire. What else? Star's laying there in the bed, and Simone and Alex are sitting on, you know, on the corner of the bed, the hospital bed, giving, you know, Alex is giving, you are like my sister, and I love you, and, you know, I don't want nothing bad to happen to you, and we are a family, like a giant tree, branching out towards the sky. We are a family. We are so much more than just you and I. Because Simone's here. We are. Girl, what's wrong with me? Anyway, gives that. And I guess when the girls get up or turn away or something, Star gives. And I'm just like, why? That was just as bad as, help me. Like, why is she so dramatic with this illness? The ghetto. Anyway, girl, I'm about to walk down to the stove. So, I see y'all when I see you. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things the YouTubers saying. I will catch y'all when I catch you, girl. Probably Tuesday or so. Peace.